Marco, we're live.
Hello, everyone. It's me, your host, Marco DeSantos, also known as Mechanic Critic. And with me is the ever wonderful, ever amazing cardistry master
Uh,
apprentice himself.
I haven't done. Brad, it's me, Brad. It's me, Brad, and I'm not actually going to do cardistry on stream because I'm really bad. Um, Marco, thank you for joining me today. Bladesters,
Yes.
welcome back. We are here. It's me and Marco on the last hour of Millennium Blades again. Kickstarter project. Thank you for joining us, and Marco, thank you for hosting us.
Woo! Hello, everyone. Well, more like Brad's hosting, and I'm just here to talk a lot. But I'm really glad that you're all here. We're in the final hour
Hour, yes,
of
the
the
final hour.
hour of the project, and I'm so excited to see all of you here. I'm so glad. Um, Gosh, Brad, what an adventure this has been. What truly a game of games, a game of kings, a game of brones.
Uh
You
huh.
know,
Uh-huh. Sure. Yeah, I guess all those things are true enough.
Brad,
Uh,
how are you? How have you been? You know,
kind of
like how's
tired.
life?
Kind of tired. I've got a bit of a cold these days, so
Oh
I'm
no.
kind of like, ugh. But I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. And yeah, it's I don't know, it's good to be here. How about you? How are you doing?
Well, I mean, I'm fine. You know, it's midnight. I'm burning the midnight oil, as they say, and I'm just really glad that this project's up and kicking. The artists have started reposting all of their works, and I'm just so glad at how creative this project has been. You know,
Yeah. Oh,
um,
it's been super cool. It's been super cool to see and to see so much support for the game. So I guess I really want to we're gonna start out by saying thanks to everybody who's made this happen. Like, especially to you and Josh for putting the project together, and Davey for putting the Kickstarter page together, and Lark for taking care of all of the requests that we get, and gosh, just everybody getting involved. Like it's been the folks that made the soundtrack, Crows and his crew, and we got some previews of the soundtrack for you in a little bit. It's gonna be super cool. I'm excited. Um, what else? What else can we say? But I mean, mostly it's about the backers. So thank you guys for coming out and participating in the project, for playing Millennium Blades most of all, and for being cool folks and for supporting our art.
our work, our art, our lives, our blood, sweat, and tears, and card games. If you cut my wrist, Millennium Blades cards fall out. You know.
Let's not try that on stream. I
No, I'm not trying that on
I
stream.
already have I
The
already have
car.
enough trouble like shipping this game because it's got blades in the title.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. Like in my fulfillment center, I just have to list it as Millennium. The title of the
That's
game is
so
yeah. The title
good.
of the game for fulfillment centers is Millennium. So
Okay, because people read Blades and they think you're shipping a
yeah,
Millennium
yeah, yeah,
sword. Like,
yeah. Same thing for Bullet. For
wow,
Bullet, like we just like at the fulfillment centers, we just put heart on the box. Or on
amazing.
the invoices and such. Yeah, yeah. It's
Huh.
like maybe a little short sighted of me to name so many series after weapons. I don't know.
Okay,
It's
so therefore the next game needs to be like new level 99 game. Definitely will pass customs shipping checks. That's the name, right?
yeah, sure.
Can
Or
you just do
or
that?
maybe the next game will be like I don't know, like live samples or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Something that
Illegal animals.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, it's just all terrible. It's just
Oh
all
gosh,
terrible.
yeah. Uh,
Brad, for as much as terrible of an idea that is, you know what's the opposite of that?
Millennium Blades.
Well, yes, and
Oh
all the wonderful people have contributed to this game. You've thanked the people who've worked on it, but I also want to give a special shout out to everybody who's been part of our Millennium Blades showcase, artist showcase initiative. It's been
yeah.
so good seeing all of these arts. If you are watching the stream, you're definitely seeing them on screen right now. You got to tell me which one's your favorite one in the comments or in the chat, because I have a very good
Yeah,
favorite
I'm
one,
I'm
and
I'm so excited. These like the art showcase is so much fun, and like we got so many cool submissions from the artists, and we've been showing them off on Kickstarter updates. We've been showing up in emails and our blogs, um, but yeah, it's really neat. So a lot of fun the with doing the art showcase, and we did this instead of running a ton of advertising. We still did some advertising with our friends on Board Game Geek and Dice Tower, but like social media, this was our social media strategy was to commission a bunch of independent artists. And anyway, I'm super excited for the outcome. It's been a lot of fun. So, and Marco
yeah,
for
it's
coordinating
been.
these. You were the art director for this project.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah. So if you love these
Yeah.
arts, tell Marco. Tell Marco nice work.
Well, tell the artists. Find
Tell
them
the artist
on
first. Yeah,
social
tell the artist
medias.
first. But then nice work, Marco, for making it happen.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
Well, thanks, Brad, for allowing it to happen. These artists were very excited to hear that they're making art for a card game. You know, it's very fun for a lot of them. You know, they've all wanted to make art in this kind of vibe. You know, a lot of them are fans of the Yu-Gi-Ohs and the Magics of the world, and
Mhm.
so they
Oh, Marco, you okay?
up to Watermelony who yes,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
I'm okay,
I
I'm
was
back. Am I
adjusting
back?
your video a little bit in the stream so people see you shaking around. Um,
Oh,
this
I
is
see.
yeah, this is trouble because like I see like I need to like find a way to like hide chats because sometimes people chat it pops up over your image, um,
Ah,
and that's
go
troublesome for
into
me.
do not disturb mode.
Uh, I am, yeah.
Oh,
It's the
I don't
little
know.
like pop up bubbles on the side. This is the trouble. It says the secret of the stream is that we're actually just streaming Discord. It's actually just a Discord stream where Marco is yeah. Here anyway we will
Yeah,
I will try to set it up so that we avoid seeing chats pop up in the window.
right.
Um,
Chat. Oh, we had a real wonderful question here. How's the gameplay of Millennium Blades? It's whatever you want it to be.
yeah.
Look deep into your heart. You know it to be true. But yeah, special shout out to Watermelony, who is a big who did multiple pieces for this project,
Yeah, did
and
a whole showcase for you that'll be released at a cool later date. So
right. So if
yeah,
you like the decks and Let's Trade trading cards in the park, I believe Watermelon just posted Shafil showing Grelin like an ancient deck box that she found. Like it's like a deck box made entirely out of stone. it's just it's just so silly. But there you go. It'll be great once you see the
it's
rest
cool.
of
It's
the.
cool, and like it's neat to see like the characters imagined in so many different ways. You know, in the board game we only get to see them playing cards, and um, the art showcase kind of shows us a bigger world of Millennium Blades. It's like what do these characters do outside of playing card games? How is card games? Because we said the premise of the game is like it's like our world, but card games are a bit more important in this world.
A
And now,
bit.
yeah, and so we get to see all these characters doing doing what they do in this card game world. So, yeah,
Right. Yeah, it's nice to see that they live lives outside their card games,
yeah,
right? Like that tends to be like a weird thing where a lot of them are professional gamers but also still have a full-time job,
yeah,
right? Which just makes sense, right? And then I really
mhm,
appreciate that there's a dimension to Millennium Blades that's more than just the card games.
yeah.
Um, but speaking of cool showcases and speaking of cool jobs,
Hmm.
Brad, there's a really special thing I want to shout out.
Oh, okay.
Strike a pose, Brad.
Strike a pose. What? Oh, I gotta like. Well, let's see if I can do this on camera at the moment. Ugh. Nope. I can't do any of my card tricks. So there we go.
Oh,
All
okay.
right,
Well, I tripped my own glasses off.
Marco. I know
Brad,
we what? What's up? What are we doing?
Brad,
Yeah.
talk about the strike a pose challenge.
Oh, the strike a pose challenge. Oh, I didn't do. Yeah. So the strike a pose challenge. I say this. This was like okay. This is our other part of our social strategy. So I guess we got two parts, right? Which
Yeah.
was we invite everybody to pose with your favorite Millennium Blades card and take a picture and share it with us. And if you did, we'd send you an extra set of a special 99 Heroes Strike a Pose Challenge set. You still got like 50 minutes to do that by the end of the project. So we still have that
Right.
open. I got my own like favorite card that I keep here on my desk. This is one of the original prototype cards for Millennium Blades.
Canon Technician Merrill.
Yes, yeah, I have a Canon Technician Merrill
Yes, I knew it.
that was signed. Yeah, signed by Linda, um, my
All
wife,
right.
and yeah. So I could keep this one on my desk here and used it, and that's what I used for the post challenge. But yeah, original Millennium Blades prototype cards. Do you
That's so
remember the first
cool.
project, the first Millennium Blades project? We put a prototype card in every box.
Yes, I
Yeah,
still have mine.
hmm those
I
were those
forget
are
the
fun
name of the
times.
card, but I think like I had like a blue. I had a blue like card stock card that was just like print, like you had some text printed on it. It was
That's how they
wild,
tend to
man.
be. Yeah, like I just keep like a bunch. I have a bunch of these on my desk that are just like blanks, right? And if I get like a card game
Wow.
that I want to write, I just like pull out cards and write them in pencil. Um,
Huh.
so
That's very good.
it's a lot easier. Like even though we have all these technologies like what do you call it? Like InDesign and
PDS
Photoshop. Yeah,
prototyping.
like
Yeah.
there's something about just writing out cards as you go. And you can rapidly put a game on the table and play it. So
Right.
yeah. But anyway, I
Oh.
guess it's time we talk about like where we are with the project, what
Yeah.
comes next, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Sure, Brad. Well, you tell me because you this is your domain expansion, right? Like
I suppose.
So tell me about it.
Okay, so
So
yeah, so
where
I'll
are
tell
we
you
now?
where we are right now, and Josh will send me an angry message if I'm wrong, but I can't look at it because I'm on stream. So if Josh sends an angry message because I'm wrong, you need to let me know that I'm wrong in the middle of the
Okay.
stream.
Well,
It'll be okay.
Josh should just message me and tell
Okay.
me your
Yes. Oh, Marco froze. All right.
wrong.
So let me see. So
I
where
froze
we
on
are?
purpose, by the way.
What's that?
I froze on purpose.
Oh, yeah, sure, right. No, nobody believes that. Um, okay, so what do I say? The the project right now, we are at press with just about everything. The one part that's taking a little bit longer is the soundtrack because they're still composing soundtrack. Um, but the like all of the printed materials are at press, and we've gotten physical samples for just about everything, at least all of the game components. Some of the
Uh-huh.
extra components like 99 Heroes and Playing Card Deck and playmats, those are still incoming. We actually got the playmat yesterday sampled.
Ooh.
So, so things coming along. What happens? We do all the sampling, we get all these samples. We then approve those. We check those and approve those. And then we, at some point, will place our order for mass production. And at that point, we decide how many units we want, and then the printer gets started working on printing and packing those units. And
Got
then
it.
once the units are finished printing, so they print all the components, right? They'll print like say we order 5,000, they'll print 5,000 of this sheet, then they'll print 5,000 of the box, then they'll print 5,000 of that sheet, then they print make 5,000 bags with the cubes in them, and etc. So they do all those every individual component separately, and then after each
Oh,
component is ready, they do one round of assembly. So they put all the components into one box, pack it up, ship it to us, and then we check, and that's called the mass sample, and that is the most accurate representation of mass production that we get. And we
got
review the
it.
mass sample, and then if we approve that, they do an assembly line. They pack the rest of the games, so everything else gets packed up,
Mm.
and then they send over or then we arrange freight logistics. So we talk to our logistics provider, they book a boat, and then they pack everything into the boat. We actually book like 6 boats because we go to Australia and we go to UK and we go to Europe and we go to Canada and we go to East Coast and we go to West Coast. So we're doing like it's like actually I think it's like 7 point fulfillment now because we also have one in Asia that just they come by and pick it up in a truck and they do all the Asian stuff.
Okay, but
So
that's not a boat.
yeah, it's not a boat. Um, Anyway, so that's the idea. Um,
Right, right. So given that, Brad, given that,
yeah,
right? Like that takes a considerable amount of time. Where what time can I expect the games to be getting towards me? I want my game.
right.
What time
Well,
should I expect that?
don't rush too hard. But what we expect is that the games will excuse me.
No worries.
We will take about it'll be about probably 3 weeks before the mass production starts. That'll give us enough time to figure
Hmm.
out our order quantities, and then 60 to 90 days of production, depending. Games mostly cards, but there's a few little things that we got to figure out. So 60 90 days
Like
production,
cubes,
yeah,
right?
and then proofing, and then we do ship tests for Kickstarters. We'll ask them to pre-pack the Kickstarter tiers, and then we'll actually get a copy of each tier. So, right, when you do fulfillment, I guess I'm like tangent, side tangent. When you do fulfillment,
Side tangent.
yeah, when you do fulfillment, the fulfillment center uses stock boxes, right? They have like pre-sized boxes, and they charge you
Uh
for
huh.
each individual item that they pick out and put in the box. And this is bad for two reasons. One is that Kickstarter projects have a lot of different games in the box, right? A pledge tier might have 7 or 8 items, and
Right.
when you use stock boxes, you don't have the best packing, right? Things are loose and they jumble around. So what we do is we actually pack at factory. So once the factory finishes making all the games, we have them pack up the pledge tiers, and then the
Mm.
pledge tiers get packed into boxes with custom like cut foam and packing, so they're exactly perfectly cut to size, and they're not moving around a lot, and they've got enough insulation. So anyway, we do that, then we check those packages to make sure that we get those. We just have them ship it to us through normal post to make sure
Hmm.
that all the things come in correctly and they're not, like have bent corners and damaged and out of shape, etc. So we do a real
Right.
shipping test as well to make sure that our shipping solution works. Um,
Yep.
so all that will happen. Um, we have put like summer next year as our target delivery date for the project. I am hoping to deliver in winter this year. That's my internal target. I know that's what Josh would like to do as well, but we will see. There's always
But reality,
reality.
no plan survives the reality. You know what I mean?
Yes, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no plan survives. And it's true, right? Like you might have like land wars in Asia, or like like railway strikes,
A
or
storm somewhere,
yeah, or like
literally, can
some
just stop
boat might
everything.
run into a bridge or get attacked by pirates. Things happen. So
Yeah.
we're keeping ourselves, like we're giving ourselves some leeway. Uh so
Right.
that we can deliver hopefully early to you. But yeah, so that's
I,
the project and kind of where we are now.
right. Right. Brad, hearing about this kind of process is very interesting, probably to our audience, right? People back Kickstarters to not just get the product, but to be kind of part of the process and see the behind the scenes. So it's pretty interesting. Speaking of behind the scenes, Brad, how does Pledge Manager work? Like,
Yeah,
how do
so
how,
so our pledge manager.
yeah,
Right.
like how will Pledge Manager happen, right? Like
Yeah.
I've already charged it on Kickstarter, but like how does this work out in the end?
Yeah, so about 2 to 4 weeks after the project, we are going to send you an email, and the email will invite you to come and visit our store. And when you get to our store, you will get basically a gift card that matches the value you spent on Kickstarter. So you backed for $100 on Kickstarter, you get a gift card for $100 on our online store. And then you'll click on that link in your email. You'll see all of the items that you pledged for in your cart already. You just have to put in your shipping address, put in that code so that you can redeem all your credit, and then add on anything else you want. Put in your shipping address and pay the last like shipping and taxes that's come up, depending on where you are in the world.
Right.
And once you do all that, then
So
things will be ready, set to deliver to you.
important things to note, Brad. There's some really important things to note. Number one, if you don't complete that Pledge Manager, you're not getting your games, right?
This is, I mean, yes, like yes and no. Um, like if you don't complete that pledge manager, then you'll not be part of our fulfillment project, right? So when I
Right.
give you that, like when you spend $100 on Kickstarter, I'm gonna give you $100. You can spend it in my store however you want. Um, like you join the fulfillment project, like we invite you to, you get the game. If you say, for example, fail to join the fulfillment project, you still have that $100, and you can still spend it on the game later, but shipping is going to go up, like games might be not available. It's best if you just do the pledge manager, but
Yeah.
like our guarantee is still that that you get your games, or you get a refund. So
Right. You're not
uh
gonna get it in the same time as everyone else if you
yeah,
don't
I
complete
don't
your
want to
pledge
like scare
manager.
people and be like, oh, if you don't join, you won't get your games, but it
Well, we
makes
need
it
to make it very clear
it
they need to do it,
yeah,
right?
you want to do it because it makes it a lot more difficult for me to get you the game in an economical way, right? It costs both of us more money if you don't do the pledge manager. So you don't, because I need you to get on the logistics plan so that I can actually fulfill this thing. I'll tell
Right.
you the truth. The truth of Kickstarter and of pledge management is that fulfilling the project is about like 1.5 times as expensive as actually manufacturing the game. So like
Yeah, basically.
getting the game to your door is more expensive than printing the components and putting them in this box. Um,
That's
and
wild.
yeah, and even when we charge you like like the to the door price for shipping, like that's not even all of the shipping. Like I cover the ocean freight costs and everything like out of my own, out of like the core. I consider that a
The project.
manufacturing cost, right?
Right.
So
Right.
like it's like fulfillment is huge. It's the largest expense of level 99 games is project fulfillment.
Which I guess makes sense. We're not Amazon. We don't have that network, right? Um,
Well, let me
okay,
explain to you, Marco, that even on Amazon, shipping is not free. Somebody is paying
that's
for that
true.
shipping. Somebody's paying for
It
that
just
shipping.
happens to be Amazon.
Well, no, actually, like this is and I think this thing about business that a lot of people don't understand. Like the money only flows one way, right? Like customers are
Yeah.
always paying for shipping. It's just a question of how like reveal or obscure those prices. Like when you pay your Amazon Prime membership and you're getting like free shipping all year, you're getting that shipping because you're being subsidized by all the people that are on Prime, or because the vendors who sell that product are giving Amazon like 20 or 30%, and Amazon's like taking the shipping out of that. So
Right. But
like
which means the vendors would have to sell their products higher to make the same margins, which means that the consumer ends up paying more, right?
either the consumer ends up paying more or the vendor ends up getting less, right? Like
Right.
with when you're talking about commodities on Amazon, it's often a race to the bottom. We call it race to the bottom, where
Right.
everybody competes on price, and you need to go as low as you possibly can in order to get the buy button. Um, and so like you start getting
Yeah.
into price wars, which is
Well,
is
I don't want to
unhealthy
get
for
into
the
price
industry
wars.
as a whole.
I wanna get into comments.
I'm
Somebody
sorry.
here
Yeah,
said
yeah.
that
It's
our
explaining
previous
the way Amazon
our
works.
previous project, Guilty Gear Strive, the board game, was packaged. It's like the most well packaged thing they've ever received from a
Oh, great.
Kickstarter.
I'm
So
I'm really
your
excited. Because yeah, we
your packaging is very good, Brad.
thank you. Well, after we had trouble with Dead by Daylight, I like to think that we really learned from that situation and got better. So
Right.
so yeah,
Um, right. It's
it's all
projects and Kickstarters are
everything's a
never
learning
easy.
process. Yeah, everything is
Yeah, it's a
steps.
learning process. Right. And it's fine, right? Like we all have our shipping challenges. Every project has its challenges. Millennium Blade,
Yeah, yeah. I This is why like my risk and challenges section on Kickstarter is always
there's a
like
lot of stuff.
we don't know what's gonna happen, but like we'll
You'll
figure
get
it
your
out.
game.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. Because
We'll
like
figure it out.
the real risk and challenge is always the unknown unknowns, right? If you knew about it, it shouldn't be a challenge because you should have already figured out how to solve that problem. So
That's true.
the only real risks and challenges are the things that we don't know about.
That is so insightful. It's like how what do you call this? It's like how can I fear that which I do not know I do not know, right?
Yeah. Well, I think you just have to you have to be watching, right? You have to be on the lookout for things. And I mean, honestly, you have to not get into a price war. You have to set your margins high enough that you can adapt to whatever happens. So,
Oh, can you adapt to this, Brad? Boom. I okied you. I do a sweep. You're now knocked down. We move on to the next section. What's next for us?
mm,
Millennium Blades is ending. It's had its downs, but infinitely high ups. But what's happening next? What's up for Level 99 Games? I'm a big fan of Millennium Blades. I backed this project. It's the awesomest thing ever. What else can I get from you?
what's next for Millennium Blades or from Level 99?
All of it. All of it.
Okay, okay.
I
So,
love Millennium Blade so much that I now love you. Level 99 Games. What you got?
okay. So, first of all, we announced last week. Last week we announced our new expansion to Dead by Daylight, the board game. I don't know if you know. You may not know at this point. We make this little board game for this brand. It's called Dead by Daylight. You might have heard of it before. It might be in
I
the
don't know.
movies next year. We don't know. Who
Would
knows?
it kill ya to explain more? I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, Dead by Daylight board game. We just announced an expansion for that. It's an all new expansion. It's got 3 new killers, 4 new survivors, new minis, new
New
maps,
maps?
new
Sure.
perks, all kinds of cool stuff. That is coming out in July. It's going to be shipping in July, and we're
Wow.
reprinting the Dead by Daylight base game, which has been out of print for almost a year now. Actually, I think
Oh
over a
wow.
year at this point. So like you can now get that. You can now pre-order that from our online store. I'd encourage you to pre-order it. Who knows how many like what the demand's going to be like after a year. But
I mean,
I'm starting to
Brad,
worry that I underestimated things. So that's my
the demand's pretty high. This is
yeah.
like the second most. Like whenever we were like, "Hey, what expansion do you want?" They're like, "Dead by Daylight. Give us a Dead by Daylight expansion,"
Well, yeah,
and
true.
we
Yeah,
did it.
yeah. No, that was the yeah. So it's here. You probably want to like get that. Yeah. Um,
You probably want to
you
get
probably
that.
want to get that
Definitely.
if you're thinking about getting it. It's a good time to get it. Um,
Yeah.
so that came out. We also have we're planning our next Kickstarter project at this point. So we're already deep into that. We are doing the like the white proofing right now, which is like kind of the
Oh,
early production stages. But we're
right.
planning to run that project in like late July, early August, about the time that Bullet Universe delivers. And so
Right.
that's coming out. I'm going to announce that to you in a few weeks. And But we're already way ahead of schedule on that, so it's a good place to be. I'm very excited. Marco's been working on this game for a long time. The game has
Yay.
solo mode, which is I know a lot of people have requested. And Yeah, it's gosh, what else can we
It'll
say
be a
without
it'll
saying?
be a scary good time, Brad. Let's just say
Oh
that. How about that?
gosh, okay. Wow, yeah, that's a lot. All right, well, yeah, let's say no more of that, but you'll hear about it in a few weeks from us. We'll be posting an update. Um,
Yes. It's all amazing. It's all wonderful.
mhm,
Brad, I do have a question about what's next for us, right?
yeah,
When you plan these things out, right?
hmm
How can you contain your excitement? Because for me, like I've been working on this stuff for like years, right?
hmm
And um, and I know that I have to work extra hard to not accidentally spoil it or
yeah,
to not like go completely crazy that I'm the only one who knows this like really really awesome game and then I can't really talk to anyone about it until you announce it. How do you feel? How do you cope with that?
gosh, what a weird question. I guess like for me, I don't know. I guess it's just a matter of like having done it long enough that yeah, I'm excited, but like, you know, I don't know. I'm also not like a super public person, so I don't have this burning desire to tell everybody about everything that I'm doing. Like, just doing the thing is enough for me. Um, Gosh, I guess since Marco's frozen, I'll just keep talking.
I'm listening to you. I'm
But anyway, yeah. So we don't really need to, you know, I don't know. I don't have a big temptation to like reveal everything I'm doing all the time. Uh, I don't know. Sometimes it gets really exciting, and I want to show off prototypes for everything. Sometimes I do, but usually just grabbing one or two people from the Level 99 community and saying, "Hey, check out this game." That's enough for me. So I do occasionally like go into Discord and grab a couple folks and say like, "Hey, let's play a game," and it's a good time. So maybe you'll see me like reach out and say hi in a minute, sometime down the line. Anyway, join our Discord community and play some games with us sometime. But that's that. I think Marco is maybe
I had to
back.
restart Discord.
Oh,
I had to
okay.
restart Discord.
You restart Discord, but now you're back.
Yes, because this, I don't know, man. Discord's only gotten worse.
Uh,
I never used to have these problems. Now I have these problems all the time, and it's super unfortunate.
well,
Oh
welcome
well.
back. Good to have you back. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so so that's what's happening these days is, malicious, Dead by Daylight malicious, available to you now. Um, New game going to be announced in a few weeks. Live project in July. Bullet Universe delivering in July as well, along with Dead by
Wow.
Daylight and Malicious. And Guilty Gear obviously just came out, and you can still get Guilty Gear. It's a moment to get Guilty Gear because Guilty Gear is selling out really fast. So if you think you might want Guilty Gear, you better grab it now because I expect at the end of like by mid May I'm not gonna have any more. So
Grab Life by the Blade.
uh, sure, yeah. Well, that's a different game, Marco. That's a different game. That's the game
Grab
we're
Life by
actually
the
here to
Gear.
talk about, Millennium Blades.
Well, Brad, I think that
Sorry, I'm like bouncing
you,
up and down because I've had too much coffee this morning. I think that's how I contain
really,
my excitement. I like Bob like this.
you Bob, you stim. Is that it? You just stim. Um,
I don't know.
you know what, Brad? This is a real this is a real point. Okay. Some people in chat are asking
Mhm.
uh, if you're talking about what's next. What about Pixel Tactics? I want some Pixel
What
Tactics.
about Pixel Tactics?
Well,
Well,
we'll
well,
see.
yeah.
We'll see.
We've had some talk about the future of Pixel Tactics and the past of Pixel Tactics and kind of where we go next with Pixel Tactics. I have some cool ideas. I think we're talking about kind of like yeah. I mean, it's about time to see what's happening. But what I will say is that we'll be doing a big like so I'm like fully sold out of Pixel Tactics now. I'm fully sold out of Pixel Tactics. I'm going to be doing a big event for Pixel Tactics in the next couple weeks. Um, with a famous like retail distribution, like retail group, I guess. So look out for that. I won't announce it yet because it's their announcement to make, but we'll be doing a Pixel Tactics
Okay.
event and a BattleCon event in the near future. Um,
Oh.
and it'll be kind of a last big chance to get those games before like whatever happens next happens. So yeah, so look
Before
out for
they go
that.
up.
Sorry, I shouldn't say too much, but it's not my announcement to make. So we'll
Right, right, right.
we'll see more. But like yeah, like BattleCon and Pixel Tactics, I'm actually like they're not listed anymore because I don't have any more. And now we're thinking about what either the next print run or the next edition or the next whatever is going to be. We're figuring that out.
Right. There's a really awesome question here. Maybe we can talk a little bit about like production and how we do Kickstarters. Why are there no create a card tiers for this Kickstarter?
For this project? Um,
Yeah.
well, so this is kind of with our so in the dark ages, in the old times, in the time before, you know,
In the
we
land
we
before
would come up with a
time.
game and we would make the prototype and we'd make sure the game worked and that it was good and fun, and then we would go to Kickstarter, right? And we were still doing things like the art and the illustrations, and so it made sense to like invite people to commission some extra arts for us, um, and that was cool. And then the game
Hmm.
would deliver 3 years later, right? Um,
Yeah.
and these days, because we are at pre-press and we're planning to like not only do we actually have physical copies of the game made, but we're like planning to start production immediately after the project so you can get it in 6 months. Like th- we are, what's the word? I say 6 months. It's probably more like 8 or 9 months, but so that you can get the project in a reasonable amount of time. Um, like it's too late to have those kind of things. We're not at the stage of the game where we can be actively adding more things. And this is the same reason why we don't do stretch goals on these projects either. It's because we're far enough along in the pipeline that like doing this stuff would be disruptive to delivery dates. In fact, doing this stuff was always disruptive to delivery dates. We
Yeah.
just didn't realize how disruptive at the beginning. And it was super cool when we were able to do it, and I'd like to do some things like that again at some point. But for a project like this,
I mean, we do it in different. If we do it in different ways, right? We don't do it the same way anymore, right? Like
yeah,
if we want fans to get a little bit more involved, well, we put out like contests and events and stuff like that, right? Like
we have things like our
the,
strike a
the,
pose challenge and stuff to get involved. But I mean it's a little different than like design a character or design a card tiers. And I know a lot of people do miss those. But the
yeah,
other
yeah,
yeah,
but
and I'd say the other reason that we don't do it is because Fabio is doing his own thing now. Like so, I can't just say, oh Fabio, you're doing like 100 pictures for me. Can you do five more these days, right? Like he's got his own gig now, and
right,
he's
right.
and
He's too
he's
busy making
yeah,
games.
he's too busy making video games. And so it would be a
Oh
little
man.
difficult to make that promise today the same way that we could 5 years ago.
Right, right. But if you do want to see some of your designs appear in a level 99 game, there are other ways, but not for this specific project.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on social medias and stuff. A few months ago or a year ago almost, we did the Bullet fan contest, right? Where
Mm,
we basically asked people to design Bullet characters and see if
yeah.
they would make it into an official Bullet expansion. So there you go. So some of those characters are fan made and
Hmm.
fan created. So
Yeah.
there are ways. There
You
are
might. Yeah.
ways.
You
We
might.
find
You'll
ways.
see them pretty soon. You'll see them pretty soon. I don't want
Yeah,
to
they're
like give
pretty cool.
specific dates, but like it's happening.
Right. Well, Brad, I think it's about time that we just take a little load off because countdown's about to happen. Right, like in
Okay.
like 20-ish, 25 minutes. So let's take a little break from talking about this project and talk about games. Brad,
Sure.
I see that you've prepared a little mid-show break game for us, but before that, who is this mid-show break sponsored by? Well, I'll
So
tell you.
yeah, Marco will tell you.
If you are here, thank you so much. It means you are interested in Millennium Blades and you're a fan or you're a backer. So this mid-show segment is thanks to you, our backers, who helped us make this game possible. And also, if you are on the Discord, you are on the Discord, which means you're one of our most dedicated fans. This also goes out to you and all of our Discord boosters. If you're a Discord booster, you get some cool perks, you get some cool prizes, you get some cool stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to be a Discord server booster and figure out how it works, well, just check out the Discord server booster blog post and you'll see all of the stuff there. Now, Brad, what's this mid-show game that you have for me?
Yeah, so I have a game for you this stream. It is called Set Your Sights, and the audience will choose a property, um, and So first of all, we're all very inspired by Universes Beyond these days, right? This is the Magic set where they do Fallout and Doctor Who and like
They
all
just
these other
did
brands.
Fallout, right?
Yeah, they
And
just did
then
Fallout. Dungeons and
they did
Dragons
Cowboy
was,
Bebop, right?
I guess, like all the
There's a
classic
Cowboy Bebop.
brands, yeah, are now being reskinned into
Right.
Magic the Gathering. Um, And we did a little bit of this with or parodied a little bit of this with our Multiverses Beyonder expansion
Yeah.
pack for Millennium Blades, which probably is what inspired them to do it in Magic the Gathering. It's all cyclical, right?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Um,
Millennium Blades came first, so
so
that's just
anyway,
how it is.
what we would like is for the audience to pick a couple of their favorite properties. Could be anything like SpongeBob, like House, Godzilla, -1, Bellatra, whatever you like.
Wait,
And
like House MD?
yeah, that one. Um,
Oh my gosh.
and
Okay.
bring it and how would we bring it to and then me we'll talk about what mechanics we would create in Millennium Blades to bring this set to life.
All
So
right.
this
So
is our
chat,
so
chat.
yeah, so chat, start throwing down some brands, and Marco will pick one. We'll do one each, and then if we have time, we can do another one each. See
All
how it
right.
goes.
Okay. I mean, I think we should collab. We should do
We
two and
should
we
collab.
collab on both.
Okay, sure. All right. So
Right. Right. And then the fans just get to pick which of those two is their favorite, right? And then
okay,
the other one gets sent to the prison cell in
the
the
Shadow
basement
Realm.
where
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Is the Shadow Realm the prison cell in my basement?
Do you have a basement? I thought you lived in a high rise.
Yes, I. The floor below me
Is your
is
basement?
technically my basement.
Oh, I thought it was somebody else. It's somebody else's floor.
So they live in my basement, and I live in the guy above me's
No,
basement.
you live in their attic.
I've lost it. I've lost it. He's done it. He's changed my worldview.
Yeah.
So we're
Don't be
seeing Kamen
so self-centered,
Rider,
Marco. They don't
Kamen
live in your
Rider
house. You live in their
Brawlhalla.
house.
I live in their house. What's this, Parasite?
Oh my
Acclaimed
gosh.
Korean movie, Parasite? Okay, so there's Kamen Rider, Brawlhalla, SCP, Digimon, Transformers, Pocket Paragons. There's a Chrysalis shill somewhere here. Um,
I think Transformers could be because we have a little bit of Transformers in the Obari set, but that's really more Gundam.
Obari set.
I think like
Yeah, I've been
Transformers, I got
really
some cool
inspired.
ideas.
I've been okay. So let's do Transformers. And I'll wait for the second one. I do want you to know that I was on YouTube Shorts very recently, and they served me some guy like just wearing a basketball jersey with hat and sunglasses, and he just started singing.
What? Oh, Marco, you cut out halfway through the thing. What did he sing?
No, he's so there was this guy wearing like this jersey and a
Uh huh.
hat and sunglasses, and he just started singing a smooth R&B acoustic cover of the Transformers theme song.
Wow. Okay. The like the
It's like
'86 one by Lion. Yeah.
Transformers, robots in
Wow.
disguise, Transformers,
All right.
more than meets the eye.
All
You
right. All
know
right. All right. All
what?
right. All right. That maybe I'll look that up later. Well, but anyway. Okay. Transformers Millennium Blades
All
set.
right.
Wait. What is it gonna be? It's gonna be.
Okay.
So obviously
Let's
they
see.
transform, right? Like,
I mean, duh,
are they
right?
gonna be like double
What?
sided?
What? They're double sided. I mean, okay, we have precedent. We have vampire count left field,
Yeah.
right?
You could do it that way. Um, you could have it where but I feel like the cooler thing is that they just transform into any random thing. So like, say imagine an action, and the action is like, trash this card, and you get another random card from the store, and it just plops into your tableau in that slot.
I
And
see. I see.
or you can like one can transform from the tableau, one will transform from like the store, one will transform from your hand, one will transform from the aftermarket, those kind of things. So you have that's like the whole
I
set,
like that.
right? And the
It's
rarer
like
ones give you more control.
I like that. I like that. Okay, but wait, Brad.
Yeah.
The real question is, what do we call the set?
um uh I mean, because it's a branded set, it would be, like well, I
Well, it
guess
wouldn't be exactly
would
Transformers.
it be a
It'd be
parody? Would it be
parody
like
it.
not Transformers? Is it like, like
Like like transbots, right? Or like changeatron, right? Like
Hmm. I mean,
backformers.
you could obviously do like change formers or something, and and then it's like super like you're kind of going
Wait,
so you're going so obvious that you're like that it's deadpan. Like like
okay, wait.
check out my new original brand. It's called Change Formers. What do you think?
Changeformers.
And you
Okay.
just go completely straight with it, right? Um, but
Oh, we could also do the opposite and go completely not straight and say it's Changeformers, okay? And it's a Transformers themed set. But every single one of the Transformers is is based on like an activist.
uh, I don't know. I maybe. I mean, yes, yeah. You could do yeah. You could do a lot of things with it. I'm like. Hmm.
Change so
Yeah,
Changeformers, and then one of them is like an eco warrior or something, and they transform into a tree.
I think you're getting more into. I think you're getting more into Captain Planet now, as your parody. Um,
Oh, that's
but
fair.
I kind of like that too. I think that could work. Like you could,
Morph morph formers.
yeah. Hmm. Right.
Uh,
These are the things. But it's I think it's a neat idea. Yeah, and they just turn into like whatever. If
yeah, I
Fabio's
do
drawing
like
it,
the
if
idea.
Fabio's drawing it, they'll just be duck formers. Um,
Of course, they're duck formers.
yeah,
We want change. Okay. Oh,
yeah.
there's one. Here's one.
Oh,
X
that's
Men.
okay. I see it. Yeah, like demand change now. Okay, right.
Right.
That's
That's
the
why they're
tagline.
activists.
Demand change now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Demand.
Okay.
Demand. Ah. All right. Okay.
Huh.
Okay. This is cool. Okay. Somebody said Looney Tunes. We already have that. It's called
Yeah, we have
Anvilicious.
Avalicious arrangements in the base, and it's very Looney Tunes.
Right.
And anyway, I
Um.
love this is one of my favorite sets actually in the main game. I always try to play with
Really.
Anvilicious if I can, because it's so disruptive. I love it. Very
Yeah, that's
slapstick.
true. The anvil drop action is pretty is pretty strong.
So
Okay, so
anyway,
what do you call
yeah,
this?
let's talk. Let's
Brad,
do another one.
Brad, let's do another one.
Let's do another
I
one.
think X Men is pretty cool. One Punch Man's pretty cool. Um,
Hmm.
Borderlands. No, we already kind of did Borderlands with
There's
AD.
a yeah, AD 2400 is like a post-apocalyptic set, but it's everything. It's Mad Max, it's Borderlands, it's
Borderlands.
like
Yeah,
yeah, it's Fallout, etc. etc.
right.
Um,
Um, X Men.
X-Men, so X-Men like I don't know. I feel like X-Men is hard to parody because it's so
It's already so atrociously weird on its own, right?
yeah, it's so outlandish that like you can't go further, right? Like you
Right.
have to go with like but like so I guess here's the thing like you can't go weirder than X-Men, so you'd have to go like normal to parody it, which is kind of what we did with the Super Zeros set or the like
Super
Underlords.
Zeros.
So we have
Yeah.
kind of a superhero parody set in the game already, and it's what we did is we made them more normal. They have like dumb powers that aren't useful except for like everyday life stuff. Um,
Right.
you know,
That's so good.
like
Like
there's
with
a hero like yeah, there's a hero who can make it rain. And like this is really useful, but not for fighting crime. So there's also an Aqua Teen Hunger Force parody or
for
reference
watering
there.
plants.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force reference there for you for those who have seen it. Um,
Wow. Wow. What a deep cut Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force
Gosh.
was like yeah,
Who's your favorite member of the Aqua Teen Hunger Force? Go.
really like I mean like Frylock is so obviously the best that it's.
What? It's meat. Come on.
Not Frylock.
Ah,
He's got
forgive
eye
me,
lasers.
friend.
He's got eye lasers.
Okay, it's so funny that Frylock also just has superpowers for no
Yeah,
reason.
he's like the like
Like
yeah. But no,
he's
probably
literally just gone.
like the character who's been most influential in Millennium Blades is obviously Master Shake. So anyway,
Yeah.
take that
How
however you
about
want.
Carl? Carl,
Carl,
how about Carl?
I maybe there's some Carl influence in Millennium
Maybe
Blades.
there's a Carl in all of us. Okay, wait.
If there is, we're
Secret
not
of
admitting it.
Mana. Naruto. There's already Naruto in Shonen Leap.
Uh,
Um, Avatar: The Last Airbender would be funny.
Yeah.
How,
I mean, that would
how would
be
you do
that'd be easy,
Avatar?
right? Because you would just pick like elements.
Elements.
You'd pick elements that aren't, like common, right? Like oh, I've got like ytterbium bending. Like how often is that going to be useful?
That's so funny. Okay, wait. Let's think of the mechanic of this set, right? So I think I really like the Exaltius mechanic where it cares about having multiple different
Uh,
elements, right? A lot of the design space of Millennium Blades is about having multiples of the same element, right? And not a
uh,
lot incentivizes you to diversify. So, given that I Avatar Master of all elements, right? So the set mechanic for this would be that all of their effects scale up the number of elements in your tableau,
okay,
right?
that's kind of cool. Yeah, like the number of different elements that you have in your tableau. Um,
Right.
that's kind of cool. Like tableau sets like that, you tend to only be able to play one or two cards from them, and you have to play them at the end. The other
Right.
way you can do it, if you want to reverse that, is to do it from your hand. So you flourish your hand and do elements. Like I played Millennium Blades recently, and I played a Clockwork Kingdom deck, and that was really neat
Right.
because I was trying to like just get as much into my hand as I could, so that I could do flourishes from my hand and get a bunch of points. And
Right.
that
Right.
was really fun because you have to load those to the front, and then you put guys at the back that care about like sets and elements, and so you kind of plan the whole thing out, but you're also engineering your hand for maximum points. So I think
Yes.
there's too many sets that care about the board and not enough that care about like other elements like your
Your
hand.
hand. Yeah, that's also fair. That's why I like the school. Gosh, the after school set. What's it called?
Yeah.
Cardboard Street.
Hmm.
Cardboard Street.
Yeah.
Because that cares about your binder, right? And that makes it so interesting. Because
Yeah.
there's an entire group of Millennium Blades players who just abuse that set because they use the Magic City Bus to. Because if you discard a card from your tableau, by the rules, it goes into your binder, right?
Yeah. Right. Everything that's
So
discarded goes to the binder.
So if you only have one card in your binder, you can repeatedly play that and then discard it and then play it and then discard it to
Hmm.
create a pseudo loop.
Okay.
Obviously, an opt-in loop.
Yeah.
So I like that. So Avatar set, they bend dumb elements, um,
Hmm.
and that's it. Brad, we have around 5 minutes
We
left.
have like 8 minutes, I think, and this is a great time for me to like play the soundtrack preview, right? Um,
Yeah, sure.
I can. So let's do this. So I got the demo from Mega Ran for the RNG track on the soundtrack, and so I'm gonna play that for you guys. And because OBS is a little bit weird, I'm also gonna have to like play it on my side separately. So let's see if I can get this to work.
Heck yeah.
Can you guys hear over there? Like,
Well, I can't hear, but people on Discord can't hear, but people on YouTube are probably hearing it right now.
oh, that's true, right? We don't have to get on Discord because we're streaming. Well,
Yeah.
I'll post it
So
in the
if you're on
update.
the Discord, check
I'll post
YouTube.
it in the update so that everybody can hear it. Because it would be weird for us to like post something and only half, or do a thing and only half the people can hear it, and then just
Yeah,
sit
sure.
here for 3 minutes quietly while people on
Quiet
a
Brad.
different channel listen to the sound. So I'll figure that out for our next stream, hopefully, so we can actually play soundtracks. But soundtrack's super
Well,
cool. Yeah,
Brad,
yeah.
play. Please just play the first chorus.
Okay, all right, fine. Let's see if I can play
The
this.
thrill, can't beat the thrill. I'm talking about the love of the game. Come on, can't beat the thrill. How it makes you feel, man? Cause there ain't nothing the same. Come on, can't beat the thrill, can't beat the thrill. Yeah, talking about the love of the game. What? Can't beat the thrill. How it makes you feel, man? Cause there ain't nothing the same as this. Draw cards from the deck like notes from my soul. Every verse a hand and I'm setting the goal. I stack metaphors
Right,
like a
Brad,
combo and play
Okay.
every beat.
Okay, all right,
All
we'll
right.
stop it now. But like, it's
Oh,
very cool. It's like this is a real like vocal album. And I'll post it in the update. I'll post the demo in the update after we after the project ends. You can hear it. Cool. But we got like 5 minutes left. Excuse me.
Brad, with 5 minutes left, is there anything you want to say to the people, the wonderful people who have who have gotten us all this way,
who have supported
right?
us all this time. Yeah, I mean, like thanks for being a part of Level 99. We make these for you, and like I guess it's working out because you seem to like them. So thanks for being here and for playing our games and for enabling our art. We're
Um,
creators first, and so it's there's nothing better than knowing that the work you make is appreciated, that people are having
right.
fun with the game and treasuring the game. I think that a board game is, it's a lot of things. It's a treasure to have. It's like fun to play.
Game to play.
It brings people
Yeah.
together. It's a shared experience. It's so many different things, and like whatever your reason is for playing. I think that's the thing about Millennium Blades that we learned from this game is that we have a lot of reasons for the games we play, and
Yeah.
they're all good reasons, but they also make us unique and distinct, right? Like why we
Right.
play is a big part of who we are. And so, so for whatever reason you play Millennium Blades and board games, we appreciate you and we thank you for being here.
There are those people who just absolutely love their board games to be like. I've seen the whole gamut, man. Like there are people out there who want to double sleeve every Millennium Blades card they own. Double
Double
sleeve.
sleeve. Well, I'm not making 4 storage boxes, so like it's too bad.
I'm like, how do you fit double sleeve Millennium Blades in any of the boxes? But there are
How do you
also
deal double sleeve Millennium Blades? Like that's
I don't know, man.
like why don't
I
you just
don't know.
laminate at that point?
I guess. Okay, but there's the other side of the spectrum, which is me, which is Mr. Never sleeves any single Millennium Blades.
I like it when my game shows a little wear and tear. It feels more real to me
Same.
when like some of the cards are nicked and but
I mean, it tells a story, right? It tells a story of what that card has been through,
I think
right? And
it's
to
the
me,
same thing, right? It goes back to like why do you play? What are you looking for in this game, right? Some
exactly.
people want the collectors, like to be collectors and have it all. Some people really want to like it to be an organic thing that they've lived with and participated in, and they want to
And that's the beauty of it.
see that. So it's
And that
different things to different people.
and that's the beauty of it, honestly. It's that those two very different kinds of people can come together and play the same game, right? And have fun. And that's the wonder of board gaming.
Indeed.
Brad, with 3 minutes left, let's play a little game. How about? We're currently at 277 and 116.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think we'll end?
I don't know. I don't know. It's like we don't even have stretch goals in this project. The project is
So
funded. Uh, I think that I don't know. This is the part where I'm supposed to like demur a bit about performative capitalism. So maybe I'll just say like any like for me I don't really I try not to look at dollars too much. I really look at the number of people that are backing a project, and
yeah,
I
we're
think
at 2,982.
really, whoa, okay,
Yes.
that's like 200 people in the last hour. I think like
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
cool.
Um,
Well, like I hate to even like hazard a guess because like um I feel like
well, you better.
I feel like each person brings something individually and it's not just a number. So I feel like putting a number or going for a number makes it kind of I don't know like
It cheapens it, right?
yeah, like
Like I,
it's like if you back the project then we appreciate you, and we like to see
yeah,
you in the comments. And you
yeah.
know if it's 2,900 people or 3,000 people or 10,000 people, um that's
We're glad you're here,
fine. Yeah, what I'm glad that you're here. And
playing the game. You, the person, you, the individual. You're not just a number. You're a player. You're a gamer.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
honestly, Brad, that's a direction I like that we're taking. People in the comments are saying that they just recently found out about us and they feel like we've recreated their childhood. I mean, it's many of our childhoods too.
Yeah,
all of these Nintendo Power magazines,
it's
and
pretty special. Like I'm I
it's
mean I love the project that you guys put together for this.
right.
And
Brad, 10,
nine,
9,
eight,
8,
seven,
7,
six,
6,
five,
5, 4,
four,
3,
three,
2,
two.
1,
Oh,
0. We're
congratulations!
funded.
All right, our project's
Congratulations.
complete. Well,
Our project's complete. And
yeah,
I'm not even going to rattle off the final number of anything, because what's really important is that we have you here in the chat talking with us, and we'd like to really thank you for making
yeah.
this
Thank you for
happen.
being here. Thank you for joining us for making this happen. It's really cool. Like especially like how many games like I mean, Millennium Blades is not a new game, right? Like how many games that we like saw on Kickstarter 8 years ago are still like relevant and still inspiring people today. I think that is I think that really speaks to the universality of the game, like the way that it resonates with us and our experiences. Um, anyway, so
It's
really
not
cool.
anyway.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah, yeah.
good insight.
I guess I don't like to talk too much about my own game. You folks at home, you can talk about the game and what it means to you. I shouldn't. I don't need to. I shouldn't talk about like my own experience with it.
What
Nobody's
are you
saying that.
talking about? You're the creator of the game.
Well, yeah, but my experience is like much like your experiences. So like it's like
Just what?
what am I like? How can I say like our shared experiences are are what make the game really magical.
Right. The true Millennium Blades was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean basically if you want to like Kingdom Hearts it, like Millennium Blades is light, sure. No.
Light, darkness. I'm Zokram. You're Drabix, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, Dravix.
Drabix. Josh is so
Shojix.
Sojish.
Shojix.
Sojix. Shojix. And Davy is Vix Day,
Vix
right?
Day.
Or something like Vix Dab.
Vixiad. Vixiad.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So I have somebody in the chat asked, "What's the history of Millennium Blades? How did it originate?" Here's the answer. A millennia ago, there was an ancient evil that needed to be defeated. Eldritch beings from another universe were invading the Earth. So the Druid Kings got some ancient text thanks to time travel.
Marco, yeah,
right?
yeah. So like, okay, to understand Millennium Blades, you first have to talk about parallel universes.
Yes.
So there,
It's
so
kind of like trying to ride a bus.
yeah, Millennium Blades is a time travel like property. So there's like three timelines and like the events and like there's an alien invasion, the major events. There's an alien invasion. There's Cthulhu's sleeping beneath the earth, and there's the invention of Millennium Blades. And these three events play out in different ways in the different timelines and create like the story. So Millennium Blades, the board game, happens in timeline 2, which is where let me see. Yeah, Pritchard left field traveled back in time from timeline 1 to create Millennium Blades to fight off the alien invasion. And also, and then he came forward in time, still in timeline 2, to help a new band of heroes fight off the Elder Things. That is the like kind of the base like storyline. This is the what you need to know to understand Millennium Blades. But the
Yes.
game in Timeline 2 is inspired by the real world in Timeline 1, where Exaltius from Timeline 0 came back in time like at like negative 8,000 BC to join forces with the Elder Things and create a world of monsters that could be captured in cards. And so the game that we have in Timeline 2 is actually about that universe where the monsters are captured in the cards. It's a simulation of that universe, which is the one that Pritchard Leftfield actually grew up in Timeline 1. Then, when he comes back, he splits into Timeline 2. This is how the whole story happens.
Right.
So,
Where's timeline 3 in all of this?
there's no Timeline 3 yet.
Yes.
yet. The timeline zero is like the original universe where the alien invasion like succeeds and the Cardalians take over, and then the Elder Things arise. Like basically all the bad things happen, and it's like the post-apocalyptic like Millennium verse. That's the universe that mysterious alien F comes from, and she crosses over to Timeline 2 to find friends that will help her defeat like all of the terrible things that have happened in Timeline 0. So now the timelines are like weaving together, and things are getting really wild. Um, so
The multiverses of madness.
yeah, it's truly a multiverse of madness.
No, okay. Will, I want you to understand that Brad is completely serious. This is all written down in a lore document. Like this isn't off the cuff.
Because like
This
if
is
you look,
written down on a lore.
yeah, if you look at look at the art book, for Collusion, right? Like Exaltius is 10,000 years old, but Millennium Blades was invented 1,000 years ago. The only way that's possible if he's actually from a different timeline where he invented Millennium Blades 10,000 years earlier and then destroyed it so that it could be invented again later. This is like,
It's just ancient civilizations like recreating the wheel or whatever, right?
yeah. So like it's anyway, yeah, it's like time travel shenanigans are the root of the extended Millennium Blades lore. But what you need to know
Well,
is that friends get together and play card games and have a good time. It's a world where card games are just a little bit more important than our own. That's the key conceit. So
okay.
anyway,
Yeah.
so there's one thing I do want to
Brad,
say for yeah. Go ahead, Marco.
yes. I was about to say we should really get going. So let's. Is there anything you want to say to the audience before we have to go?
Well, there's two things. There's two things I want to say. First off, we are helping Kickstarter this time on this project. We're testing out a new Kickstarter technology, which is late pledges. So if you're watching this and you missed it, you can still back for like $1 and get into our pledge manager. So, and then you can make your pledge later. So there's like late $1 like late $10 backing available. So if you missed on the project, just get into our pledge manager. You can do that now. The other thing is that I want to say thank you so much for making this for making this a successful project, for being a part of a level 99, for participating in the pose challenge, the comments, and the project. Yeah, I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here.
Right. And if you are worried about what will happen next, don't worry at all. We'll be posting updates even after the project is done.
Yep.
Brad promised you a snippet of that RNG
Yeah,
song.
if you're worried about
so
missing the song, don't worry. We'll post the song.
we'll
But yeah,
post the song.
we post updates every month. On the Kickstarter project until we get to fulfillment, and at fulfillment we post a little more often to let you know what's happening, kind of like every 2 weeks or so, as we get the
Right.
games to your door. So, and then of course, we keep checking in, but generally, if there's anything you're concerned about, our service team is here, and we're here to help. So yeah, I'll be in touch soon. We'll have updates coming out, and thanks again for joining the project. And yeah, happy gaming, and of course,
Wait.
what?
Wait, we
What?
Brad.
What do we? What?
Were you just gonna end it right there?
Well,
There's one more important thing.
what
There's
is?
one more
What's one
person
more
I need to
important
thank.
thing? Who are we
I need to
thanking?
thank Brad Dalton Jr., president of Level 99 Games, for making this amazing game. I know
Oh.
he will not want the praise, but he deserves it. This has been me, your host, Mark DeSantos, also known as Mechanic Critic. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Brad, for making this game. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Davey. Thank you, Lark. And thank you, everybody else. Thank you, the artists. Thank you, Crows, for being here and for helping getting the soundtracks done. And thank you, our Lord and Savior, Artabayaxnius, who is everywhere in all of the lore and in all of the cards.
Oh, Marco. Thank you everybody for being here with us, for making this project a success, and we look forward to seeing you again for our next thing. And remember, Bladesters, grab life.
Grab life
By the
By the
blade.
blade.